Hello everyone, Catweazle here, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Dawn of the Zeds 3rd edition and the basic game, where we're now on to turn 11. So I don't think we had any rules problems last turn, which is a bit of a novelty, so let's get straight on with the Zeds phase. And here we are at the Zeds phase, so let's take a look. What do we get? A hero arrives. Coolness. Just what we need. So, can ignore those. Oh, look at all that movement though. So let's read this. At the beginning of this phase, place a new random available hero unit in either town centre or any start space. Well, we're not going to put it on a start space. And that is just co-op Z movement, so we can ignore that. So I think we've only got one available hero. The other one's dead. Excuse me. So, Enrico Hernandez, you are up. So Mayor Hernandez comes in. Let's get his stuff. He's got a couple of... Yeah, he's got 2 of those, hasn't he? Right. Dig those out. So this is Mayor Hernandez. So Civic, not very strong. 4 movement, abilities. Keys to the city. Add 1 +1 to all forage die rolls made in a town or town centre space. Okay. Traffic control. Entering town centre costs a moving unit, no movement points. The Citadel. Once per action phase, he may spend his Citadel action marker to give a unit in town centre a free gunfire attack, but it still costs 1 ammo with 1 right shift. Place a Citadel marker on this card to keep track of when you have used this ability. Motivational speech. Once per game, he may spend his motivational speech action marker to give a powerful gripping speech. Every other player unit in a town space inspired by it immediately receives 1 free action. Place a motivational speech marker on this card to remind you about this ability. Funky. Dug those out. Mayor Hernandez. Enrico Hernandez was born soon after his father, an MD, and his mother, a research geneticist, immigrated to Boston from Costa Rica and became US citizens. Inheriting his parents' brilliance, he graduated summa cum laude from Harvard Business School. He worked for years managing various biotech firms until he funded his own company called Chromatechnics in order to develop and patent the discoveries in genetic engineering made by his mother. Persistent rumours hinted that the company had contracts with the Department of Defense to investigate genetic alterations for creating super soldiers, but Hernandez consistently and firmly denied it. When his parents died in an automobile accident, he sold Chromatechnics and moved to Farmingdale, where he ran for mayor and won. The opposition claimed he used his millions to buy the election, but whatever the truth, he became a respected and effective mayor, combining personal charm and eloquence with proven managerial skills. Sound a bit like me, Enrico. Ho, ho, ho. So, there we go. Yep. Welcome to the team, Enrico. You've been hiding away in Town Hall, though, haven't you, for the start of the game? Right, so he's in here. So, let's get on with the rest of the Zeds phase. So, we've got that Zeds movement, haven't we? So, highway, suburbs, and then the forest track. Highway. Oh, you know, these are getting close. I'm not quite as confident as I was at the end of last turn. What's that? 1, 2, 3. Only 3 away. This one's fine going into Ingeberg. That's not a problem. But this one, that's only 3 away as well, I think. 1, 2, 3. That's going to cause a problem. And this one might as well. This one's only 4 away. And then up here, this guy moves there. So, yeah, getting a bit close. All we need is a few bad rolls, a brains card or something like that, and we could be right back in it. So, we get 2 actions in the action phase. Talking of the action phase, let's get to it. And here we are at the action phase, so let's get rid of that. Those there, and move that up too. Right, what are we going to do? we've only got 2 actions. I think first of all we'll go and see Mr. Johnson at the Lucky Strike Mine. He's going to have a try for some ammo. Right, here's Mr. Johnson. I think what we'll try and do is we'll try and get some ammo. So, and then do a bit of shooting. So he's going to spend 1 action and he's going to search for ammo. Come on, Mr. Johnson. A 4. So he does find 1 ammo. We're up to 5 ammo. I'm wondering if he should shoot. No, that's quite a weak unit. We're gonna, yeah. If they move up, he'll lay a trap and move back, I think. So he's not going to bother shooting. Plus the fact that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're 6 away. They're fine. So we'll ignore them. Somebody who is going to shoot though is, I think, Sheriff Hunt. That's a 6. That is a 6 unit. So let's put a hurting on it. So he's going to shoot at that. He's going to use his initiative ability. Where is it? So there we go. He's going to spend his initiative ability and he's going to shoot. So he's at 4. Strength. And he gets an 8. So 4 strength, gets an 8, that's 2. So unfortunately we haven't flipped it over. And get that out of the way. So I'm wondering, should I move him? Should I use the player action and move him? No, because I need the player action for Captain Piazza. So I'll leave him there. And next up is Captain Piazza. She's down at the suspension bridge. Here we are with Piazza, and we're back down to 4 ammo because Schmidt has just shot. Right, and we're going to go down to 3 ammo because Piazza's going to shoot. So, no, she's not going to shoot yet. She's going to use this action here, and she's going to actually fall back 1. Or, shall I send these? Yeah, she's going to fall back 1. Because then it's 1, 2, and she gets 4 strength with her sniper rounds. So now she's going to shoot. So she used them, and she's going to shoot with the player action. So that's spent. And a 10. That's what we wanted. Surely it's bit the dust. A 10. No, wrong. 4. A 10. It's 3 hits. That's enough. So, got rid of that guy. So, yeah, that's cool. Put him back in the bag. Put the wound marker back over there. Cool. So that is good stuff. Right, let's check then. All we've got left is Mayor Hernandez, who's got actions. Oh, that has to be a town centre to take a shot. And the motivational speech, every other player unit in a town space. Well, that is only Piazza. And if she was to shoot 1, 2, 3, she'd get +3 on this unit. But let's save the ammo for a better one. So Mayor Hernandez isn't going to use any of his actions this turn. We'll keep them in reserve. Typical politician, he's not going to do anything. So yes, we've used all our actions. Right, so that is the action phase complete. Let's go into the housekeeping phase. And here we are at the housekeeping phase. So let's flick initiative and the player action over. And that is it, I think, for the housekeeping phase. I think what we're going to do is I'm going to have to do another turn because I've got a family wedding next week and we will have relatives coming down and using my game room, which my wife thinks is a spare bedroom, but of course it isn't, it's my gaming room. But I'm going to have to pack everything away. So in order to get it done before the end of the weekend, just in case, I'll do another turn. Especially say not too much happened in that turn, so I think it won't be too long, he says. Right, so we'll get on with another turn. So we're now in turn 12. So let's go into the Zeds phase. Here we are at the Zeds phase. Obviously, if I've made a cock up somewhere, we're going to have to live with it, seeing as I'm doing another turn, but hopefully I haven't. So let's see what the event is. Oh no. Right, we're in the final stretch. We're on 4th stage. Keep calm and kill Zeds. Well, that seems like good advice to me. So what have we got? Ignore those. Got mountain trap movement. Oh no. Mr. Johnson. And highway movement. That's bad as well. And Act 2. Actions 2. Right, at the beginning of this phase, select one hero unit in play. It receives a 2 combat shift when attacking in hand-to-hand combat for this turn only. So, got Mr. Johnson there. He's gonna get a visit, but that's a really weak unit. I think he can just lay a trap. They're not a hero unit, so I can't give it them, which is unfortunate, seeing it's going to be a highway track. If we had Piazza move though, if we gave it Piazza and she went 1, 2, 3. Yes, I might be able to give it Piazza. She might be able to move up here and deal with it. Or, if I give it to Sheriff Schmidt, acting Sheriff Schmidt, I think you've got to have an election. But seeing as his boss is in Boot Hill, I'm sure he's the acting sheriff. So, yes, I'm going to give it Schmidt. We shall give it Schmidt. That is quite a strong unit, so let's knock it down. Yeah, so Schmidt is going to get that. Let's put a little reminder marker next to him. Woohoo! So he is going to get that benefit. Okay, let's do the Zeds movement. And the first Zeds track to move, it's the mountain track. So these go up here. So let's just zoom in on Mr. Johnson at the Lake Strike Mine. Yes, Mr. Johnson. Right, hopefully. Let's have a look. I think he's got a lay traps. When a Zeds unit or Zeds mob enters his space, he may roll a die. So we're going to try the trap die, but he needs to roll over a 3. He needs to roll a 4 or better. Damn it. A 5. So he does it. Woohoo! So he goes back. But this unit, I think that unit goes back as well. Oh no, it doesn't. It just takes 1 hit. So that goes to that. So we might head him back this way anyway. Just get him in the town centre. We've now got that special ability from Mayor Hernandez, haven't we? Whereby you get +1 to a forage roll anyway. What's that? Yeah, keys to the city. So it might be worth knocking him back now. Right, so that's that done. And so that was mountain trap movement. Next up, was it highway? Highway movement. Oh, we're still in shot, so we're all right. So these guys are moving up. So it's twice. Yeah, they're twice as strong as these guys. There's no terrain shift. So I think we're just rolling on hand-to-hand combat. We couldn't give them the bonus, remember, because this isn't a hero unit. So it'd be Zeds times 2. We'll be on it. We need a big hit, baby. Come on. Come on, civilians. A 7. I don't think that's enough. But it may save us getting killed. 7. Take 3 hits. No! And we don't do any damage whatsoever. These are a problem unit now. So we took 3 hits, so it's 2 to flip them over. And they're at death's door. But at least in downtown they've got a double right shift. So we're going to have to deal with these guys. But Piazza's free now. She should be able to move into town centre and shoot at some point. In fact, she might be able to do it this turn, because we've got Mayor Hernandez's Citadel. Yeah, we'll have a think about that. So that's moved, and we've got to move this one down, I think. So we'll move that down. I thought it was on 6. I thought it was on Interstate 6. Oh yeah, we moved it last turn, that's why. Dope. So that is now on Interstate 4. And there's no other movement. No other track is moving. And I think that is it. Yep. Right, let's move into the action phase. And here we are at the action phase. So we can get rid of this card. And we get 2 actions. So 1, 2. Now we've got to be clever. Got to remember, Mayor Hernandez has got Citadel. So she could move back 1 and then shoot 2 on his action. So we're going to use 1 event action to move Captain Piazza into the town centre. Move her a bit over here. He can go over there. So that's 1 movement for her. She's not going to shoot though. She's just going to stay there. We have 1 more event action. Let's move that out of the way. 1 more event action. And we'll use that with Mr. Johnson. He's going to come into town. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's now in town centre. And we are going to use... Oh, I've got an idea. We are going to use... Deputy Schmidt is going to use his initiative. And what he's going to do is... Let's just check. If we do motivational speech, every other player unit in a town space immediately receives 1 free action. So... No, we'll keep that. So he's going to use his initiative token. He's still going to spend his initiative token. And what he's going to do is he's going to get that 2 shift. But he needs it for hand-to-hand combat, doesn't he? It's on the card. Yeah, it's hand-to-hand combat. When attacking. So he's going to attack. So we'll get rid of that now. Don't need to be reminded. So he is going to attack. So let's put that there. And let's zoom in a bit so we can see what we're doing. Right, Acting Sheriff Schmidt. So he's attacking. He receives a right shift anyway. So that is 3 right shift he's going to get. And he's got martial arts, so he's got a re-roll. Fantastic. Let's get rid of this. Righto. So it is Zed's advantage. But we're getting a 3 shift. So Zed's advantage, a shift for Eagle Scout, and a shift for the event card. So we're at human times 2. 1, 2, 3. Woohoo! And we get a re-roll. Don't need a re-roll because I think a 9's going to be beastly. So human times 2. A 9. 3 hits. That'll do. We get to turn it over. So it ends up as a 3 strength unit with 2 hits on it, and it gets shoved back. Yes, brilliant stuff. I'll move that out of the way. So, well done, mate, well done. So that is his initiative action, and we've still got a player action. Yeah, let's go all in, let's go all in. So the player action is going to go a Deputy Schmidt. Or should he fall back? No, he's going to shoot. So he's going to shoot, so we go down to 2 ammo. And he's a strength of 4. So a 4 on the gunfire table. Let's put this back. A 5. Pants. But that's all we needed. We only needed 1 hit, so just about. So we've got rid of them. That is brilliant. Back in the bag. Okay, so that is cool. So he has spent player action and initiative action. So that is pretty cool, I think. Oh, did he have enough actions there? Have I forgot to turn the player action over? I'm going to have to check the footage. No, I think we're alright. Captain Piazza used an event action to move into town, and Mr. Johnson moved an event action to come into town, so we still had the player action, so he could do that. Right, so that's Deputy Smith. The only person who's got any sort of actions left is Mayor Hernandez, and I think what he's going to do is, let's have a look at that Citadel. Once per action phase, he may spend his Citadel action marker to give a unit in the town centre a free gunfire attack. It still costs 1 ammo with a right shift. So we're going to have a right shift and Piazza. So we're going to use Citadel and Piazza is going to shoot. So it's 2. So that is 4 on her gunfire chart, but she gets the right shift, which puts us onto 5 on the gunfire chart. We have to spend an ammo. We're down to 1 ammo, but I think this is in a good cause. An 8. Don't think it's going to do it in, but 5. Oh, an 8. An 8 gets 3. So that is doing some significant damage. So it means we flip it over. Oh, excellent. So it's down to a 1 strength unit now, and with 2 hits on it. So that is brilliant. Now I'm thinking, should he use his motivational speech? If he uses his motivational speech, then who gets... Every other player unit in the town space inspired by it immediately gets 1 free action. Yeah, he's going to do his motivational speech. Why hang on? Why hang on? So, motivational speech, we'll flip that over, and every other player. So, here we go. Oh, it's player unit as well. So, this is a unit. So, it didn't say hero units. So, that will get an action, and so will this one, because it's a town space. Is that correct? Yeah, town space, so it includes these guys as well. Right, so what shall we do? I think these guys are going to attack with their free action. So they're going to move here, and hand-to-hand combat. They're both at 1. So that is even Stevens. So here we are, we're on the equal to column. So we just need a good roll. I'm okay about it. It's a bit of a chance, but I think these guys have got enough to do for him. So come on. An 11. Whew. Yay. So it was a bit of a gamble, that. but equal to, we get an 11, that's 3 and 1. So it definitely gets rid of these guys. Let's see if they survive. So 1 hit would be enough to polish these guys off, but they get a save roll. So let's re-roll this 6. See if they can save themselves. They can. Woohoo! So I don't think they heal. I think they're like, let's try and organise this. They're not like heroes, so they have to keep all their damage. So there we go. So that was an excellent action. What else? Free action for Mr. Johnson. So Mr. Johnson is obviously, he's going to roll, he's going to forage. He gets 2 dice, and because of keys to the city, we will be able to add 1 to all forage die rolls. So he's rolling 2 dice. 3, come on. A 3 and a 4. I don't think it's good enough. Town and town centre. No, I needed a 6, didn't I? Damn! So, not quite good enough. So we didn't get an extra ammo, unfortunately. He'll keep doing that though. Piazza. What can she do? On her free action. She can have a go as well. She's going to try and find some ammo. 3, no. And right. And I think these guys will move. So what we'll do is these guys are going to move 2. I've remembered they can move 2. So they're going to bolster this unit at the suspension bridge, because I think that is our only problem now, is that 5 unit down at Beauville. Right, okay. So that is it, I think, for the action phase. Next up is the housekeeping phase. And here we are at the housekeeping phase, so let's flick these over. There's initiative marker, the player action marker, the motivational speech, that goes back in the box, and the citadel marker. Okay, so there we go. So that is the end of the housekeeping phase. What I'm going to do is I'm going to risk another turn. So hopefully I haven't done something wrong. We'll just do 1 more turn, and then we should be able to have a finale next time. How many have we got? Yes. So we've only got 3 event cards anyway, so let's carry on. Righto, so Zeds phase. So I think we're at turn 13 now, so let's see what the event is. Brains! Well, it's a good job we killed these guys here, I think. It was an excellent job. So, conduct this special turn only. Oh, and then we'll have to flip the next card anyway. So, I might just finish it off. So, co-op, infection, not using that. All tracks activate with each Zeds unit advancing 1 space only. However, if a Zeds unit's activation results in a combat that it wins, it immediately advances again. Repeat as necessary. After activating all Zeds units, this special turn is over. Draw the next event card. In fact, I think this is a doddle. So, no Zeds on Forest Track. There's only, get that out of the way, there's 1 Zeds here that goes to there. There's 1 Z on the highway track, which goes there. And this 1 Z just goes here to 2nd Street. But none of them have fought anything. So that is great, because they are not going to advance anymore. That is the end of the Brains card. Cool. Right, so it's pretty much still turn 13, I think. I think that's sort of like... that's just sort of an extra little card, isn't it? So let's carry on. And the next event card... Oh, this isn't as good. I hate it when that happens, but surely we can't lose now. So, miss those. We've got highway track and 2 suburb movements. No! We get 3 actions. At the beginning of this phase, replace all regular Zeds units in play that are currently 3 strength or less. That's 1. That's the 1 up here on the mounting track. With a fresh, full strength Zeds unit. Ah, but I think that one's too far away. It's this one we've got to worry about. So let's replace it. We've got a 5 strength unit. Replaces that one. I tell you what, it's another good job we killed that one here, because that one had been replaced as well, and that one was right next to us. So that one's gone. The hit markers are gone. So that was the only one we had to replace. Yeah, got to set the hit marker on. And part 2 there is only co-op movement, so we don't bother about that. Right, these Z movements. Oh, it's still close. Highway track. So that's 1, 2, 3. We should be alright because we've only got 1 card after this. But this has got 2 movements. So, wallop. Right, who's going to fight it? I think the well-armed group here are going to fight. So, oh, could end up in suburbia, this guy. In fact, they could win. If they win this, they move there, don't they? And then they get another movement. So, oh no. Could lose at the very last. Oh, bugger. Right, so we've got to fight. We've got to win this fight. It's got to be that unit, which is a 2. So that is times 2. We get a terrain shift. So that is Zed's advantage. And we get 1 for them being well armed. So it's an equal 2. It is an equal 2. We'll zoom in for this one. It's important. Right, here we are. So we've got an equal 2. So normally it'd be Zeds times 2. But we've got a terrain shift and we've got the well armed shift. So it's equals 2 dice. Desperately need to win here. So that's a 6. I don't think it's good enough, is it? No, we've got to retreat. So 2 hits kills us as well. So we do get 1 hit on them though. Oh, this is bad. So 1 hit on them. We have to retreat. Now we got 2 hits, didn't we? Now we got 2 hits, which kills that unit. So, oh no, we don't lose, do we? Oh, thank God for that. We won't lose, but it'll be bloody close. So we've got a roll for these guys. Do they survive? They do survive. So they go back to town centre. So this lot are stuck here, but we've still got 1 Z movement. Wham, they're into suburbia, man. They're at the gates of Rome, the barbarians. So this is times 3. Obviously times 3 the strength of these guys. And oh, we do get a 2 shift because we're in suburbia. So, right. So, we go from times 3 to Zed's advantage. We need a good roll. Come on. An 8. I think we still die, but an 8 on Zed's advantage. Oh, they take 2 and go back. Oh, thank God for that. So it was Zed's advantage, wasn't it? It was ×3, but we get a 2 shift back. 1, 2 to Zed's advantage. We got an 8. Yes. So they go back. They get 2 hits on them, which means they have to be flipped over. They go to a 4 strength unit, which is still quite tough. Get rid of that. So at least we won on that part of it, but we take 2 hits as well. And obviously that'll kill us. So we need to make a saving roll. So we'll use this 6. We get a 4, so they saved. This is excellent. This is an excellent time to be making those sort of saves. Everybody is getting hunkered down. Everyone is getting hunkered down here. So there we go. Probably have to put a hit on them, don't I? So 1 hit had gone on, and then I make the save for the 2nd hit. So I think that's right. So they're there. And that is it. Phew, we got away with 1 there. I don't think he could have made it anyway. Even if they'd won, he would have stayed there, and we'd have had to just dealt with him next turn. But that's close. That is close. Right, so we've done all the movement. Let's see if we can get rid of it. So I think that is it for Zed's movement. So we've got 3 actions, and let's get into the action phase. And here we are at the action phase. Shift that out of the way. And as I said, get 3 actions. We've only got 1 card left, so we may as well finish off now, I think. So, actions. Well, the first action is Captain Piazza, and she's going to shoot. We've only got one. We've only got one ammo. I'm worried now. Is she the best person? You know what? We'll use that action on the acting Sheriff Schmidt. So he'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll just have him there anyway to defend. And what he's going to do is he is going to use the last bullet, because he's 4 and 4, so that's equal to. Not equal to. He's gunfire, so he's got 4 gunfire attack. Plus he's good at hand to hand if they actually come forward. So a 4 on the combat attack. He's going to use the final bullet, I think. Come on. A good roll. An 8. I don't think it's going to kill the unit, but a 4. He rolls an 8, which is 2. So that's alright. Probably would have killed him actually if I'd moved our friend Mr. Johnson. But we get 2 on it. So it's definitely injured. So get that out of the way. We are out of ammo. We'll have Mr. Johnson again. I think he's going to forage, and we've got that +1 from Keys of the City. Go on, a 5 or better. Look at that! Right, I'll do that again. Right, come on. A 6. Thank God! So he has found a single ammo. That is excellent. And oh, that was an action, wasn't it? So that went down. So and we only need to get 1 on it now, don't we? So Captain Piazza is going to use the ammo. She is going to shoot with the final action. What a time to get a double 6. I don't even have to look that up, do I? Right, so but we'll do. What was it? Double six on a 4. Yeah, 3 hits. So, whew, she's done that. That is it. Fantastic. Well done. So she's done that on the last action. We moved him there just so he's got initiative now. So we'll flick his initiative over, and I think he's going to move again. What he'll do is he'll move to east side. 1. Oh no, he won't. 1, 2. He's going to downtown again. It's just in case for this one here. So he's moving to downtown. That's his action done. We have a player action to go. So we'll flick that over and it'll go to Mr. Johnson. And Mr. Johnson is going to have a forage again. Doesn't work even with the +1. That doesn't work. That's unfortunate. And we have Citadel. So we may as well spend that. Oh no. That gives a free gunfire attack, but it still costs 1 ammo. We haven't got 1 ammo left. So I could probably use that earlier, couldn't I? But that's okay. That is okay. So I think after a minor scare here, a rather large scare, I think we've got away with it. So let's get to the housekeeping phase. And here we are in the housekeeping phase. We'll put all these action tokens the right way up. Righto, so who's next? It is the final card. Yeah, it is turn 14, our final turn. And it's the Zeds phase. So let's get on with it. The end. Dun, dun, dun. Good, bad, and I'm the one with the gun. So we missed that. Zeds fated ×2. At the beginning of the Zeds phase, make a fate draw to determine which track is activated twice. Oh! 1, 2. It can only get to downtown. There's no other movement, so we should be alright. Right, so what track is going to be moved? Where? Most Z units. It's the same. So, now, if I was going to pick, because it's the same, I have a feeling we get to pick. Even if I went with the highest strength, the highest strength's the furthest away. I won't do that. Let's do it, you know, the tough way. Let's move them in. They are going to move in there. And we get to play this card, which is apply a new Z unit on the campground space. That's okay, because it's the end. 5 strength unit. Goes on the camping space. So we had to move that twice, so it does get into here. So we do have an attack, don't we? Yeah, we do have an attack. 4 against 4, so we're equal to, we get a 2 shift because we're in downtown. So, so it's humans ×2. We shall be rolling on. We see that? We can. Come on, Deputy Smith. Let's go out with a bang. A 5 is not a bang. But so we're at humans ×2, a 5. So we do get 2 hits on them and send them back, and we get a single hit. But oh no, he gets his hand to hand, so he gets his Eagle Scout as well. We've got to move it across 1. It's humans ×3. So 3 hits we get on it, and we take a single hit. Yeah, that's right. Equal. 2 shift, and he's an Eagle Scout. Yes, that is correct. So that gets 3 hits, which means it just gets flipped over. It retreats. And he gets to roll to see if he can avoid taking his hit, because he's tough. He cannot, but that's okay, it's only 1 hit. So he's injured, but that's that, and I think that is it. I think we've got away with it. At the beginning of the action phase, if you survive, you have won. You kept it together and endured the darkness before the dawn of the Zeds. You and your team head off to Reggie's Roadhouse for a drink, knowing that you will have lots of scary stories to tell your grandkids to make them behave. Woohoo! So, even as he fends off the last zombie mob, the sound of helicopters in the distance as the National Guard, the army, the cavalry, everybody is coming to land in the town centre and drive off the last of the Zeds. Poor old Sheriff Hunt didn't make it, and the Furies, they didn't make it, and there was a couple of other civilian units, but we didn't do too badly. Yeah, those last few turns rolled pretty well at times. So, but that was when that started moving up. Until I realised that obviously it wasn't advancing. It was just like it would have stopped in suburbia anyway, even if it had killed that final unit. But do without that sort of messing around. So yes, so we managed to win. Even up until the end there, you know, when we thought I had it in the bag at the end of, was it turn 10? You know, it was still touch and go, still touch and go. They could have made it. So it does really keep, even when you think you're like breezing it, you know, that brains card. We got rid of a few of the inner Zeds before that brains card came out, so I was glad I concentrated on killing them first, because we'd have just needed that just to march in, you know, like it did, what was it, turn 6 or turn 7, when that one just got all the way to the Mal district. So yes, an excellent game. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I wasn't sure I'd win there at the end. Still was a bit of a sting in the tail, so thoroughly enjoyable. Right, as I mentioned, I have got a family wedding coming up, and we have visitors, so I will have to, as soon as I close this camera down, I will be taking everything down and setting the room up. So unfortunately that means I won't be doing a Dawn of the Zed. Normally I do 2 in a row, but I'll be packing this away, and then we'll see when I come back next week what we will be doing. I've also had time to do a little bit of painting. I have promised Descent, so I'll probably come back with Descent. And what I'm going to do, Descent 2nd edition, what I'm going to do is, I've got some different solo ways of playing it, and I may do one of each. So I've got the app, which is the latest way of playing Descent solo. I've also got 3 of the solo sort of expansions that they did. I think it was Nature's Ire and a couple of others that I can't remember. Forgotten Souls was one, and I think it's Dark Elements. Yeah, I think those are the 3. I'll play one of those as well, and I will play Red Jack's automated monster variant, which is like a fan-made, card-driven overlord. And I thought I'd play one of each and just see how they compared to each other. So looking forward to that, because I do like a good old dungeon crawl. I've been doing a bit of painting, so here's one to have a look at. I'm quite pleased with. So I think this is Avric. Is it Avric or Alric Albright? He's like a I don't know, paladin type, I suppose. So did him. So he looks pretty cool. And who else? Let's have a look at a few others. And I'm quite chuffed. I can't remember her name, but I was quite chuffed how she came out. He says, dropping her. So, sort of ranger type. She looks cool. Oh, and I was also pretty chuffed with Grisban. So little dwarf there, he looks pretty cool, doesn't he? So yeah, I'll do Descent next, I think, and I'll do a few solo playthroughs. But Dawn of the Zeds, brilliant, loved it. I can't wait to go up a level. So I'll be going up a level and I'll be doing Outbreak next. I'll probably do Descent and then I will come back to this and just do a quick Outbreak level, because it is pretty funky. So yes, and I've a feeling once I go up a level I will get my arse roundly kicked. But I managed to win this one, so woohoo! So brilliant. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I haven't made too many errors. What normally happens when I play a game to the end is, you know, an error creeps in, normally in the first turn, and hopefully it hasn't compounded and ruined it. If you have made any errors, hopefully it's against myself, so it'll be fine. But as I say, first playthrough, so I'm just getting used to it. But thoroughly enjoyed it. Brilliant. Right, so thank you for watching. Thanks for all the subscriptions. Thanks for all the help and support. And thanks for all the corrections and for all the tactical tips. It is much appreciated. Thank you to everybody who's been across to Board Game Links. Brilliant. That's fantastic. I think we're on 114 upvotes, so that's brilliant. And I hope you join me next time for Descent 2nd edition. But as I say, that will be in a sort of week or so. So brother's getting married, so it'll be all families and all that sort of stuff for a few days. So I'm thoroughly looking forward to it. So hopefully I will see you next week sometime. But until then, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.